Volley Truthers, this is Coach Johns with the Volley Truth. How would you feel if you are set 10 to 15% of the time during any match? Imagine how you'd feel when it finally dawns on you that most sets are out of system and the opportunity to be set becomes slimmer and slimmer. When you are the close, if not last in line to get recruited, what would you do? How would you feel? Well, the big girl, the M1, the M2, the monster, the beast, the middle has to tackle these feelings and make the best out of every opportunity they have every time they step onto a court. The truth is, when you think of a middle, what comes to mind? Well, passionate, relentless, agile, and a leaper are all their outwardly characteristics. But middles are some of the most understanding, forgiving, and tireless effort-giving players there are. From pin to pin, this player is the Great Wall. These middles are blockers, quick on their feet, fast, talkative, and most of all, smart. I mean, they have to be excellent multitaskers, keeping track of the setter and the ball at all times. The M1, like the OH, is one zone from the setter. The M1 is set more balls than the M2. And in rotation 5, where both the L1 or OH and the M1 are in the front row, the middle is expected to score a bunch of points alongside the L1. The M1 is typically the best middle attacker. The M1 or player chosen to play in the M1 slot plays because they have shown the ability to score using their speed, their power, and vision. The difference between the M1 and the M2 may be their effectiveness off of one foot to hit the slide and to get the blockers to commit, leaving a pin or attacking setter open for a one-on-one situation. Coaches will sometimes switch the M1 and the M2 for matchup purposes on the other side. So the M1 should also be better at the slide than the M2 because she will have more opportunities to go for a slide and a variety of other attacks because she is in fact in the front row with the setter. Now the M2 is the fast monster blocker. She is the Great Wall. When the M2 is up front, she tends to hit the quicks, also known as ones, and 31s. These plays are ran in front of the setter. Now, are there opportunities for the M2 to run a slide? Absolutely. But this particular play must be coordinated with both the setter and the right side because the M2 is in front with two other attackers, which are the outside and the right side. So be careful. Communication is key. But understand that the M2's first job is to block. Now, no one is saying that this is the one-all be-all when playing middle because, well, it's not. There are tons of examples of the M2 making a bigger impact in matches than the M1, such as Faluke Akinradawo Gunderson of the women's U.S. national volleyball team. At the age of 35 and standing 6'3" tall, this graduate of Stanford University, one of the major powerhouse colleges of volleyball, has been on the volleyball scene for a very, very, very long time and has truly put her stamp on that middle two position. It's really all about who you have, what their skill sets are, and what works best ultimately for the team. The middle has 3 jobs when blocking. The middle's first job is to take up space, meaning blocking an area off. This area could be the line or the angle shot and really make the hitters work around the block. And if the hitters are able to get around that block, understand that the hitters have done their job. And the floor people actually need to work around the block as well and be in position to see the hitter and dig their attack. The second job is to slow the ball down. This means to get a touch on the ball. If the middles are able to get a strong positive touch on the ball, one that doesn't ping pong off the sides of the hands, they will be able to slow the ball and allow for the floor again to do a better job and get a better chance to dig the ball up. The last job of the middle is to stuff block the ball. The stuff is very exciting and loved by all, but it's not the first goal of a middle. And oftentimes, floor players become frustrated, upset, and angered with the middle because they don't feel that she didn't stuff the block the ball. But that's like telling a basketball player that their first job is to steal the ball from the opponent. Well, if anyone has played or watched basketball, we know that's not right. The first job is to slow the ball down so everybody can get in position. Can you imagine, just for a little bit, if all the basketball players were on the court running around trying to steal a ball? It would not be much of a game. Middles have one of the most tireless jobs on the floor, and yet the payout for their efforts are rarely praised. Middles strategically get from pin to pin, running a block pattern every play, not some plays, every play. And all the while, they have to transition off the net and still be ready for a possible set. If they don't, the ball is a loser magnet and it will and does find them. Here's a little tidbit of information. Do you know that a middle is supposed to mock a hit every time the setter sets the ball? Yes, every time the setter sets that ball, no matter if the setter sets the middle, they are supposed to go up and mock swing so that they can hold a blocker. Look, I'm tired just saying what the middles have to do, let alone getting out on the floor and doing it. Do you know that middles have to be the best dancers on any volleyball team because they have to dance around and with the setter all game? How many times have middles been pushed and shoved out of the way by the setter because they are in the way? It takes a special type of player to play middle. And that's why when players attend camps and clinics or even tryouts, look around if you're able to. Not many raise their hands when the coaches ask, "Where are the middles? Where are the middles?" Only a strong few stand strong, raise their hands proudly and say, "Me, coach, I'm a middle." Middle is not for the weak for sure. Can you stand this heat, or do you need to get out of the kitchen? Are you, in fact, a middle? That's all for now, but if you like the content, leave a comment below, spike the like button, and subscribe to my channel.